Okay, Denise, you did this to yourself. You know, all these years that my family had been put at someone's mercy, and come to find out, and I've touched on this before, your son, and I'm guessing this is a cousin based on your timeline, and this KOMU TV, that's actual TV channel, so this was covered by the news, okay? Your son got busted for cocaine, Denise. And I clipped some interesting things off of your Facebook timeline. This was one of them I thought went well with this one in this little talk we're having. The love and the dedication in the parent's heart. Is that why your son ended up being a coke dealer? And I don't mean the popular beverage in a red and white can. A cocaine dealer, Denise. Because this post suggests that you promote love and dedication in your parental heart toward your son. It's not like beating a dead horse for me. I know you need these life lessons. That's why I continue. I continue and continue. Because this is like totally freaking ridiculous when I look back over the 20 plus years and what you did to my life and my family's life. You didn't have love in your heart when you were at my house saying my house was dirty in a report, which you didn't even mention to me that you thought it was dirty. You went behind my back, made a report saying my house was dirty. So you could get my son. You and your gang of corrupt criminals who I dare say must have children similar to yours, if not the very same, who are also in the drug world, or at least on the drug scene, if they haven't already graduated to the drug world and be a little drug czar like your son there. Hand in hand with child sex slavery, maybe porn, maybe snuff. Because who's to say whether it stopped there or not? Maybe we just don't know yet. And you must have not kept your house very clean. Or maybe while you had been cleaning, you would have found little Samuel D's cocaine, pot, porn, Lord knows whatever stash hidden under his bed or something. How do you explain this? If you had spoken about my family and to my family with love instead of contempt, well, sheer hate back then, you would have been a lot more accepting of people telling you they had reports to make on you, instead of you becoming defensive like you know you did, jumping up and down, mad redhead that you were. No one turns my family in. No, no, no. I've got immunity. Well, looks like Samuel D. didn't have any immunity when they hauled him off. I wish they would have hauled you off too. Sins of the mother. How does someone, and I know it sometimes does happen, but I really can't wrap my mind around it when it comes to your family, Denise. How does someone turn out like these couple of articles indicate, when they've got this mother who is so totally do nothing wrong? Were you such an angel, Denise, that for some reason he just fell through the cracks? Or were you like I suspected to begin with, and a total demon, and he just followed in your footsteps? Because old Phil Crawford seemed to like Sam all right. Sam Sr. This here's about Sam Jr. Sam Sr. treated Phil said, like a human being. And when Phil was too sick to go pick up his medicine or something, Sam Sr. went and got it for him. Meanwhile, he said, "You're little mean kids that nobody better turn into anyone because you've got immunity, blah, blah, blah." We're smacking golf balls over into the yard of a disabled veteran who had obvious physical problems, and before he could mow, he had to pick them all up. And I don't believe he threw them back in your yard, which I probably would have. He took them over and placed them just so they could come along while their so-called perfect la-di-da mother, the wino, wasn't watching them. And they'd smack those golf balls back into the yard of a disabled veteran with obvious physical problems. Well, what was even up with that? No love in your heart at all, Denise, was there? To make up a story like you made up on us more than a couple times. Oh, that house is just filthy. Well, how about then someone give this dirty house person some kind of lessons or class to know how to do it? That's just like when you wrote in a report of me that I was combative. Where, oh where was this anger management class if I was combative? So there's 2 follow-ups you didn't do, Denise. Why is that? I didn't like you to begin with. I only tolerated you because I knew that was expected of me. To get along sometimes in this world, people have to make adjustments. Well, not even so much adjustments. They need some acceptance sometimes. And for some reason, You had it in for me to the point of lying about me to take my son. Albeit was only 5 days, and that was 20 plus years ago. So you know what kind of PTSD I have from this little charades you put on. It hasn't gone away yet. It's highly unlikely that it will ever go away. Even 5 short days. To me, it was 5 lifetimes. And why you shielded this critter here, your son, by denying people the right to put a report on you, so the shining light of truth would get on him, I guess we'll never know. Maybe you were in on it. Maybe you sold coke too, and you just didn't get caught. How do we know? I know that's been the case before, in the past with other people. One of them would get caught, the other one wouldn't. Parent and child, or aunt and child would, or uncle and aunt would all be in on it. One part of them would get caught, the rest of them wouldn't. So why should that be any different when it comes to you? Denise Renee Covert-Woolery, the one that likes to pretend that she's got this kind of dedication. I'm telling you, this does not gel here at all. You and your words are very, very distant friends. I'll tell you right now. I believe you either knew what he was into, or you did not care. It's one or the other. And I don't think he could pay enough of time right now. I don't. Knowing that's your son, it should ride 10 times as hard on him as if he weren't your son. Because you had an image to uphold as a social worker. I don't know that much about ethics in Missouri and social work, but I know you had one to uphold, and you blew it. You blew it so big time. And your Facebook, I've been there. Because it's public, I help myself to it. Big wino, come from big drunks, who promote drinking and gambling, and, unfortunately, probably the use of cocaine and marijuana as well. So, and believe me, I'm not done raking you over the coals yet. I've barely begun. And you smile as if nobody knows. Oh, they know. They know. Because I've actually taken time and put forth the effort to make sure they know. See, I don't have a code of ethics to uphold. That's why I'm doing this.